Hi everyone. So today we're going to be learning how to convert units of time. So far we've been converting units of capacity, length, and mass, and today we're going to be focusing on time. It's a little bit different than how we've usually been doing conversions because we're no longer going to use our conversion chart. Everything on this page is everything that you're going to need to know. So the first thing that we need to know is that 1 hour equals 60 minutes. The next thing we need to know is that 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So our units for time are hour, minutes, and seconds. Those are the only units that we're going to be using today. So then there's also rules that we need to learn so that we know how to convert units of time. So the first rule is when you want to convert a larger to a smaller unit, you need to multiply by 60. When you want to convert a smaller to a larger unit, you need to divide by 60. So let's try out a couple problems together. So the first one, let's take a look at number 1. It says we have 6 hours and we need to know how many minutes that is. So I'm going from hours to minutes. So if I take a look back at the rules, if I'm going from hours to minutes, that means I'm going from a larger unit to a smaller unit. And that tells me that I need to multiply by 60. So if you take a look over here, I took my 6 hours, so I took what they gave me, and I multiplied that by 60. When I do so, I know that that equals 360. So there are 360 minutes in an hour, in 6 hours. Okay, so then let's take a look at the second problem. So I have 390 seconds, and I need to figure out how many minutes that is. So in this case, I'm going from seconds to minutes, which means I'm going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, which means I'm going to take what I started with and divide it by 60. So if you take a look over here, I took what I started with, 390, and I divided that by 60. Now that's not something you can easily do in your head. So if you take a look below, I solved the problem. So I did 390 divided by 60. I know 60 goes into this number 6 times. When you multiply that, you get 360. When you subtract, you get 30. Now, we can't have a remainder, so I need to continue solving. So I added a decimal point and a 0. Now notice I put my decimal point directly above in my answer. When I bring the 0 down, I have 300. 60 goes into 300 5 times. 5 times 60 is 300. When you subtract, you get 0, so you no longer have any remainder. Now, we have an answer of 6.5. Now, when we're talking about units, we never say 6.5 minutes. We need to figure out how to convert this into something that we know, because we never say we have 6.5 minutes remaining or this will take 6.5 minutes. So we need to figure out a way to say this. So I know that I have 6 wholes, which means I have 6 whole minutes, and then I have a little bit more. I have 0.5. I know that 0.5 equals half of a whole. So I know that I have 6 minutes and then half of another minute. If I take a look at my chart here, I know that 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So half of a minute will be half of the 60 seconds, which is 30. So I know that my answer is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And that's how you convert units of time.